Hey guys, it's Rick here, supervisor for Dane County District 16, coming to you the day after our most recent board meeting with an update on the events that went and happened last night. If you'd ever like to go back at former videos, I do this every time we have a board meeting, and we post it pretty much the day after. Last night's board meeting was focused to one main issue. That issue was about abortion sanctuary here in Dane County. Previously, a couple months ago, a resolution was passed, number 24, and it was shared with Tammy Baldwin. It was shared with the governor of Wisconsin, all officials within Dane County, and it was just stating our protection of abortion rights. And we will do whatever we can in Dane County to remain a sanctuary. After Roe v. Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court, we immediately reverted back to following a Wisconsin statute that dates back to the mid-1800s. This is unacceptable. We have to do something about it. So we wrote in that resolution, which I also was one of the sponsors for, to protect those rights, to do anything we can to protect them. After reaching out to law enforcement and to the judicial system, we did receive feedback that they would not prosecute or would not go after folks that were conducting abortion, which would ultimately break the state law. But that wasn't good enough for us. It was a good starting point, and it was the right response following the ruling that came down from the U.S. Supreme Court. All gratitude to Supervisor Castillo, who spearheaded this one and worked on this one with a series of sponsors, including one of our youth and government students. Last night, the vote was on Ordinance 29, brought forward and spearheaded by Supervisor Wegleiter. And again, I'm very grateful to say I did sponsor it and I did vote for it. It did carry through with a 2/3 vote. This was to protect those rights through budgetary events. So basically, the language of this protection said that Dane County will not fund any type of activity that goes to investigate or look at or arrest someone that has made a choice to conduct an abortion. It also says that we will not use outside services of any kind that would do likewise activities. This is a protection of women in Dane County and men who may be pregnant as well. Those things do happen, and we know very much this is a right of the person making that decision, not us who have opinions on it, to make a decision that affects another person's body. Supervisor Dooley shared about that. Supervisor Doolin shared about that, and I was extremely grateful for her words. There was some concern that if we pass this, it may affect our funding in the future, depending on the administration. And there were some supervisors that did want to take it back for stronger writing and review to make sure those protections were there. My feeling, and I stated it publicly in the meeting, is how can we put one life over the other? Why would we put on this on hold for fear of losing protections of other people, which would be through that money that we feared losing? To me, a life is a life. To others, supervisors that spoke in favor of this, the time to do so and make a statement is now, and we will adjust on the fly as things happen. That is the nature of it. We don't want this killed in committee. We don't want it belabored or taking time, because every day since that event turned over in the Supreme Court has been a day of risk for people dealing with abortion and reproductive health rights. So I want to give you that update. One other matter came up for vote, and it was just approving bills that we had. And one of the bills was for our residents that were moved from the Dane County facility to other facilities in other counties. There was some discussion on it. Supervisor Kiefer expressed his concern, knowing that we needed to pay those bills, and that was not the issue. His issue was shame on us for not coming up with a plan and for having to move people out of the facility. That generated a lot of other response, questioning those supervisors that voted down the jail and put us in this dilemma where we sit now of no plan for the jail at this point. So we know this is something we have to look back at. We are working on it. Again, I feel the urgency of building this is equally as important as the vote we had last night on reproductive rights. For me, I was a supporter of the Black Caucus vote, and unfortunately that did not go through, which caused, even previous to that, caused the sheriff to make a decision to move residents that were living in our safe facilities to safe facilities. So very much that is on the horizon for an upcoming board meeting, and I know for me, I hope my vote last night, and I trust my vote last night, and my continuing votes on the jail will be something that well reflects my neighbors in District 16 of Dane County. Thank you so much.